Good morning class. This is class 11, subject chemistry, chapter 2, structure of atom, lecture number 13. Topics of today's lecture are energy of orbital, Aufbau principle, Pauli exclusion principle and Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. We have already done Pauli exclusion principle in the previous lecture. In this lecture we will revise it. So we will begin with energy of orbitals. So the energy of an electron in a hydrogen atom is determined by the principal quantum number because only one electron is present in hydrogen atom. So there is only force of attraction between nucleus and electron. Now energy of the orbital can be written like in this order. First 1s orbital will come. That means in first shell only one orbital is possible, that is 1s. In second shell, two orbitals are possible, 2s and 2p. And energy of these two orbitals are equal. That is why 2s is equal to 2p. And these orbitals are also known as degenerated orbitals because these orbitals have same energy. In third shell, three orbitals can be possible, 3s, 3p, 3d. And energy of these three orbitals are same. In the same way, in fourth shell, 4 orbitals are possible, 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. And energy of these orbitals are same. Now this order is only for hydrogen atom because only one electron is present in hydrogen atom. Okay. But if we talk about multi-electron atom, those atoms in which there are more than one electron. So in those atoms, the energy depends on principal quantum number as well as on azimuthal quantum number. That means value of small n and small l. So in multi-electron atoms, beside the presence of attraction between the electron and nucleus, there is repulsion between every electron and other electron present in the atom. So in an atom, there are two type of forces present. Okay, one is attractive force and second one is repulsive force. So attractive force is between nucleus and electron. This is nucleus and these are electrons. So first force is attractive force between nucleus and electrons, and second force is repulsive force which is between the electrons because electron carry negative charge, so there will be repulsion between the electrons. So here there will be repulsion. Now an atom is stable because attractive force dominates over repulsive force. Okay, that is why electron in atom is stable. If the positive charge of the nucleus increases, then the attractive force between nucleus and outermost electron will also increase. The reason for the stability of an electron in a multi-electron atom is because total attractive interactions are more than repulsive interaction. As the positive charge of nucleus increases, attractive interactions between outermost electron and nucleus also increases. When repulsive interaction between electron increases, then the net force of attraction between nucleus and outermost electron decreases. So here you can see that if the repulsive force between the electron increases, then it will affect the net force of attraction between nucleus and electron. Okay. In next point, because inner shell electrons act like a shield screen which result into decrease in the force of attraction between nucleus and outermost electron. So here you can see that this outermost electron is attracted by nucleus, but these inner electrons, they act like a shield or we can say screen. So this is known as shielding effect or screening effect. Now there is a term that is known as effective nuclear charge. Okay, so what is effective nuclear charge? The net positive charge experienced by the outermost electron is known as effective nuclear charge. Okay, in other words, we can say that the net attractive force between nucleus and outermost electron in the presence of repulsive interaction between inner electron is known as effective nuclear charge. Okay, so there are two type of forces. One is repulsive force and second one is attractive force. So the net force of attraction between nucleus and outermost electron in the presence of repulsive force between the electron is known as effective nuclear charge. So here electrons are acting like a shield or screen, and electrons are present in orbitals. So different orbitals have different shielding effect. So here you can see that shielding power of s, p, d, f orbitals are different, and order of shielding power is that s has greater shielding power, after that p orbital, after that d orbital, and in the last there is f orbital. F orbital has the least shielding power. The s orbital electrons will be more tightly bound to the nucleus, after that p orbital electrons, and then d orbital electrons, after that f orbital electrons. So s orbitals are near to the nucleus, so energy of s orbital is less. After that p orbital. The orbital which are close to nucleus, those orbitals have less energy, and the orbitals which are far from the nucleus, they will have more energy. So this is the order of energy. This s orbital will have less energy and f orbital will have more energy. So in an atom, orbitals are filled according to Aufbau principle, Pauli exclusion principle, and Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So according to Aufbau principle, in the ground state of the atoms, the orbitals are filled in order of their increasing energies, and the energy can be determined by the value of n and l, that is principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. The electron first occupy the lowest energy orbital, after that enter into higher energy orbital. So here there is a simple formula that is known as n plus l rule. Lower the value of n plus l for an orbital, the lower is its energy. If two orbitals have the same value of n plus l, the orbital with lower value of n will have the lower energy. So here this is the table, okay. Like for example, we have to determine energy of 1s orbital. So here value of n is 1, okay. So and value of l is 0, because for s orbital value of l is 0. In the same way, you can tell what is the value of n and l for 2s. So here value of n is 2 and value of l is 0. In 2p, value of n is 2 and value of l is 1, because as you can see here, this is p subshell and designation for p subshell, okay. It is represented by 1, l is equal to 1. For 3s, value of n is equal to 3, and for s, value of l is equal to 0. So in this way, you can write value of n and l. Now n plus l rule, you have to add n and l. So here 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, 2 plus 0 is equal to 2, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. In the same way, you can add value of n and l. Now look at these values, okay. Lower the value of n plus l, that means that orbital will have less energy. So here 1s orbital has the least energy, so here it will come first. So here we will write 1s. After that, the summation of n plus l is 2, so here 2s will come. After that, 2p and 3s, the summation is 3, okay. So here you will determine energy of 2p and 3s by value of n. Lower the value of n, that means it will have less energy. So here you can see that 2p orbital will have less energy, because here value of n is 2. So here 2p will come and after that 3s will come. Okay, in the same way 3p and 4s, these two orbitals have the same n plus l value. So you will look at the value of n, okay. So here value of n in 3p is 3 and in 4s it is 4. So that means energy of 3p orbital is less. So here 3p will come first and after that 4s will come. So this is the order of energy of these orbitals. You should know these orbitals and their order of energy. Now the energies of the orbital in the same subshell decrease with increase in the atomic number. So here we will take one example. Energy of 2s orbital of lithium, whose atomic number is 3, atom is greater than that of 2s orbital of sodium, whose atomic number is 11. So here we are comparing 2s orbital of both the element. Now as atomic number increases, atomic radii decreases, and as atomic radii decreases, the energy of 2s orbital will be less. So energy of 2s orbital of lithium is greater than that of 2s orbital of sodium. But when we compare 2s orbital of sodium with energy of 2s orbital of sulfur, so again here atomic number is increasing. Okay, the atomic number of sodium is 11 and atomic number of sulfur is 16. So as the atomic number increases, the energy will decrease. Okay, so energy of 2s orbital of sodium is more than energy of 2s orbital of sulfur. Now next is Pauli exclusion principle. We have already discussed this principle. According to this, no two electrons in an atom can have the same set of 4 quantum numbers. In other words, we can say that only 2 electrons may exist in the same orbital, and these electrons must have opposite spin. And if we have to find out total number of electrons which are present in any shell, then we can determine by formula 2n square. So here you can see that these are the orbitals which are present in S, P, D, F subshell. So in S subshell only one orbital is present. So in one orbital only 2 electron can be filled. In the same way in P orbital total 6 electron can come. Okay, 2 electron here, then 2 electron here, and then 2 electron here. So total 6 electron can be filled in these orbitals. In d orbitals total 10 electrons can be filled, and in f orbitals total 14 electrons can come. Now next rule is Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So according to this, pairing of electrons in the orbitals belonging to same subshell does not take place until each orbital belonging to that subshell has got 1 electron each. That is, it is singly occupied. So when we fill electron in orbitals, then first we will fill each orbital with 1 electron. Only after that pairing will take place. So in s orbital only one orbital is there. So first we will fill 1 electron, after that pairing will take place. In p orbitals, first electron will come here, then second electron will come here, then third electron will come here. Only after that pairing will take place. Okay, so fourth electron will come in this box, then fifth electron in this box, and sixth electron will come in this box. That means total 6 electron come here. Now in d orbital, first electron will be filled here, then second, third, fourth and fifth. After that pairing will take place and sixth electron will come in this orbital. 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th electron will come here. In f orbital, first electron will be filled here, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then 8th electron will come here. Then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and then 14. You cannot violate this rule. Okay, pairing will start only from this orbit. Okay, from first orbit. You cannot start pairing from any orbital. So that's all for today, students. Now your homework which you have to do today is NCERT question number 63, 64, 65 and 67. So note down these questions. Now we will discuss homework which was given in lecture number 12. So question number 31. How many electrons in an atom may have the following quantum number? So A part, n is equal to 4. So here first we will find out total number of electrons which are present in fourth shell. Formula is 2n square. So value of n is 4. So it is 32. Total number of electrons are 32. Now all the electrons are paired. So that means number of electrons which are having n is equal to 4 is half of 32. That is 16. In second part, n is equal to 3 and L is equal to 0. Now, this is third shell and if L is equal to 0, that means subshell is S. So here electrons are present in 3s. So number of electrons having n is equal to 3 and L is equal to 0 is here 2, because in one orbital 2 electrons can be filled. Question number 62. The quantum numbers of 6 electrons are given below. Arrange them in order of increasing energies. If any of these combination have the same energy list, now you have to find out energy of these orbital by n plus L rule. Okay, so you have to add value of n and value of L. So in first part, value of n is 4 and L is 2. Okay, so here orbital is 4d. In second case, it is 3d, and in third case, it is 4p. So using the formula n plus L, you can find out which orbital will have more energy and which orbital will have less energy. So energy of 3p orbital is the least and 4d orbital will have the highest energy. 4p orbitals, they have equal energy. In the same way, 3d and 3d orbital, they have the same energy. Okay students, if you have any doubt or queries, you can ask me in comment box. Thank you. Like and subscribe this channel. Have a nice day.